You might have heard about VPN, or you may have even used a VPN service before, but do you know how VPN servers work? If you don't, then in this video I'm gonna explain to you in the best possible way what VPN is and how it works. A long time ago, when there was no internet, folks had to face numerous problems just to get some information about something. But ever since the internet has been discovered, everything seems to have become very easy. I mean, it's literally at our fingertips. With the help of the internet, we had the chance to seek information about anything in just a split second. We got the chance to meet new people from all over the world without even being there or living there through the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and many more. And all of this happens because of the internet, but it's not entirely good or evil. Maybe the internet gives us the advantage to do and learn anything without any hassle, but it also comes with a price, and that price is none other than us. Yes, we are the ones who can be paid a huge price if we don't take any safety precautions before something bad happens. There are people out there who may have their eyes on you. For example, a hacker who is waiting for the right moment to attack you, or your government, who is watching everything you are doing online. So you need to be careful about what you are doing on the internet and what kind of information you share with others, because the internet world is not as good as it seems. It also has a dark side of it, and that dark side is a hell of scary. Someone once said, with great power comes great responsibility, and that responsibility is us. We need to be responsible for our privacy, because no one is going to save you when someone steals your personal information and credit card details and uses them for their benefit. Also, do you know what kind of data a website collects from you when you visit a site to get information? If you don't know, then let me tell you about them. For example, what device you are using, what site you visit, your autofill information, your download history, your current location, and much more. This is data a website instantly collects from you the moment you enter the site without a VPN. If you don't believe me, then go to privacy.net and run the test, and it will give all the data regarding it. This is the reason why you need to understand what a VPN is and how it works. Without making it complex for you in simple words, a VPN, or virtual private network, creates a secure encrypted connection over your less secure public network to access the internet. In other words, it creates a highly secure encrypted private tunnel over your less secure ISP server to access the site you want to visit. I hope now you have a basic idea of what a VPN is. Now let's talk about how a VPN service works to protect you from online threats. To explain it, let me tell you a small story, and at the end of the story, you will understand how a VPN works. Iris is a working woman who works at a marketing company, and it's been a long time since she last saw her parents because of her hectic job. Whenever she makes a plan to visit her parents and enjoy some time with them, sadly every time she has to cancel the plans at the last moment due to her busy schedule. But this time her boss gave her a leave of absence for her good performance on the job. After hearing this news, she was super excited to see her parents and eat the homemade food cooked by her mother. So as soon as she walked out of the office, she took out her phone and booked a ticket to her hometown and eagerly waited for the next day to come. As soon as she reached home, she started packing her stuff so she wouldn't get late for her train, and after packing she went to sleep. The next day she wakes up with a big smile on her face, and after getting fresh she went to the subway station, but the train was running a little late, so she decided to wait for the train in the waiting area. While waiting, she had thought that she didn't get the chance to buy some gifts for her parents, so she took out her phone and started looking for gifts on Amazon to get something good for her parents. Eventually, she found something and ordered them to her home address, but she had some issues while paying the money because of her internet connection. So she connected her phone to the subway public Wi-Fi network to make the payment, and it went well without any error. After a few days, while she's enjoying her time with her parents, she got a message from her bank about an anonymous withdrawal that she has no idea of. After seeing that message, she immediately contacted her bank authority to find out about it, but it's already late. They can't revert the transaction, and for the time being, they blocked her account so no one could make any new transaction. Then she got into her car and went to the branch to find out further information regarding the withdrawal. When she reaches the bank, she meets with the manager of the bank and asks him about the situation. Where the bank manager explains to her if she didn't make that transaction, then maybe she got cyber attacked and the hacker must have withdrawn the money. To make sure she got cyber attacked, the manager asks her if she recently used any public Wi-Fi or clicked any kind of link that she must have got from the hacker. In response, Iris tells him about the subway station, where she uses the public Wi-Fi to pay the bill. After listening to her story, the bank authorities explained to her how she got a cyber attack and how the hacker must have got her bank information. Public Wi-Fi networks are the easiest way to hack someone's personal information, but Iris didn't realize using a public Wi-Fi network might have caused her that much trouble. Iris wishes if she had not made that transaction at the station, then she could have escaped from becoming a cyber attack victim. But it doesn't matter now, because it's already happened, so the only thing we could do is how can we prevent this kind of problem from further happening. The bank authorities recommend she use a VPN service to tackle this kind of situation in the future, especially when she uses public Wi-Fi. Like Iris, we came across the term VPN several times, but we never tried to learn about it or use it, and in the end, we could become a victim of a cyber attack. Let's see what could have happened if Iris would have used a VPN service, and through this explanation, you will understand how a VPN server works. In the absence of a VPN, when Iris tries to access her bank account through the public network, her internet service provider, or ISP, received the request to redirect her to the bank server without any filter or encryption. But the scenario would have been different if she had connected to a VPN server. Because when her ISP received the request to redirect her to the bank server, but before it reaches the ISP, her device first will connect to the VPN, where the VPN provider applies strong 256-bit encryption on her initial connection to protect her from being watched by anyone. Then it reaches the ISP, and the ISP will redirect her to the VPN server computer that is available somewhere on the internet, and then the VPN will redirect her to her bank server, where her data being decrypted to make it easy to access her bank account without any third party keeping an eye over her or preying over her to steal her personal information. I think now you understand how a VPN server works and why you should use a VPN service. What I told you about Iris is just a fraction of the big picture. Just think what could have happened if someone had any kind of control over your personal info and what he can do with it. I hope you all understand the risks of not using a VPN, and after this video, you will consider yourself using a VPN for the safety of you and your loved ones. But please, I request you don't use the free VPN service that is available on mainstream, because they are only for talking. They don't protect you from anyone, because they are the ones who collect your data and use them to monetize themselves. Yes, I agree, some VPN providers give you good privacy on their free plan, but they're not actually free, they just give you a free plan with some restrictions, and we call them freemium VPN providers. Also, comment down below what do you think about a VPN and what are you using it for. If you want to understand why you shouldn't use a free VPN, then click the first video that appears on your screen, and if you want to know which is the best freemium VPN service that you can use for privacy, then click the second video. With that being said, I love you guys, stay safe and peace out.